welcome to the channel. Welcome to the franchise. We got the New York Jets on deck, week 9, and we are facing our division rivals, Miami Dolphins. So I feel like historically with Madden, there's like an unspoken thing, at least for anybody that's been a Jets fan and have played franchise and all that, where it seems like the Dolphins are always either trolling when it comes to the draft, or two, they just have like an unfair matchup versus us somehow. It always just seems like they get the best of us. Not sure how that actually happens, but it does. So I mean, it is what it is, right? With this being the first actual week, um, or first season that we're looking to dive into things here, that means that it's actually going to take us at least this first off season in order to even build up some kind of credibility, some kind of team where we have better matchups, things of that nature. And excuse me, as normal, just tackling some things real quick in the beginning. Figured I'd give you guys just some quick thoughts and commentary though. In the meantime, otherwise, I'm very interested in anybody that does have opinions draft wise on what they think the focus should be, what kind of players you guys have seen that you think would be great additions to the team. So far, we know that the offensive line class is not top heavy with extraordinary talent. We also know that we weren't able to just walk away and we know that we weren't able to pick up anybody in a trade. Orlando Brown Sr. was the focus during the season. We weren't able to get him. The Ravens have a pretty strong interest in keeping him. So it's going to be up to us with free agency and really trying to nail whoever we do grab in the draft in order to make sure that we are doing what we can to make sure this team is everything it can be. We're currently sitting at 2-5, so we're definitely well on our way to securing a top pick. Currently should have the number 1 as well as the probably another top 10 pick, so we can add some pretty crucial talent there. We had some other contracts. There's a lot of these that we're going to be declining now. Terrence Brooks is one that I don't mind keeping for depth purposes, just depending on how the safety class plays out for us. All right, we're able to maintain him. Frankie Louvu, I don't mind, just as a young player that has some potential high upside for us. We'll see how he finishes the season. Ultimately, though, I'm not going to be disappointed if he doesn't, amount to anything for us. Brandon Shell, we're not going to keep. Currently, our starting left tackle, so that lets you know the state of the line at the moment. And then the rest of these players, they're just there because we needed the bodies. Dimitri Flowers, I actually hold on to, but it's pretty easy to pick up a fullback in the off season. That's probably better just from an overall perspective than Dimitri Flowers will be. Okay, scouting. So we put together a big board for the first class so far, and here's essentially what it looks like just based purely on the talent. There's a fair amount of quarterbacks there, at least with that true number 1 overall rating in case we really do want to go that route in resetting. Otherwise, other positions, there's quite a few running backs. There is a left guard that we can potentially pick up in the 3rd round, which is exciting. And then there's the right guard, Braxton Reeves. I do have a strong interest in him because he does have the size to move to a tackle position as well. So there's a lot of variance there that we can use him for. Let's see what else we will have here, though. Essentially, trying to fully scout the first 3 rounds, and then everything after that is something that hopefully as we take shots with those late 6th, 7th round picks, we'll be able to hit on something. Okay, a fair amount of wide receivers in this draft. We'll see how many of them end up being true talents for their position, though. Only one true receiver with the round one talent so far. He's a deep threat. Little route running skills also. Hopefully wouldn't be too much of a transition or route runner. We'll have to play things by ear and kind of see what happens for us. Oh, actually, before we forget, Marcus May was traded, so we don't have him anymore, which means the next best position. I think I'd be more apt to trade Williams if necessary during the offseason. So we can try to focus on making a better talent even better in Adams. Be too much work trying to invest in the receivers at the moment. Already working on Williams. Mosley may potentially be a trade as well. Yeah, all right. Jamal Adams it is. So quarterback and tight ends should really be the focus at the moment. Or excuse me, quarterback and wide receiver. I don't know why. I'm not sure why tight ends was stuck in my head right there. All right, a couple upgrades. Leonard Williams, that superstar trade already working wonders. And Nathan Shepard. I think it's actually time we take a quick look and see if we know what Quinnen Williams' trait actually is. He is a superstar. Okay. So that worked out for us perfectly. 2 superstars on the defensive line. He's been having some pretty decent games, actually. Take a look at what he's done on the season so far. 27 tackles, 7 for loss, 3 sacks. Not too bad, considering we did initially intend to play him at tackle. Due to some issues, we had to move him. Let's see how this game plays out for us. We didn't have much luck against the Jaguars of all teams. And as mentioned, the Dolphins seem to be able to match up against us fairly well all the time. So I'm hoping that doesn't continue to be the case. But fingers crossed. With that said, though, I definitely hope you guys enjoy the game. And we will revisit these conversations once it is over as we head into the next week.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this... Okay, coach. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here to lead out the offense in his first year as a Dolphin, but 15th overall, it's the bearded veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the new coaching staff coming in, they finally decided to pull the plug on the Ryan Tannehill era after 7 seasons and no playoff wins. So enter Ryan Fitzpatrick, signed in free agency, fittingly on St. Patrick's Day, by the way. But last year with Tampa Bay, you remember Fitzpatrick got off to that incredible start. Over 400 yards passing in each of the first 3 games of the year, 11 total touchdown passes, and now it's his time to do it with Miami.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fitzpatrick now. Short throw taken in by the tight end O'Leary. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And here now a look at the Dolphins' offensive unit.
I remember when Laramie Tunsil was coming out of Mississippi and I was evaluating him for the draft in 2016. I ended up writing down a description that I tended to like, and I'm going to use it here now. He's got feet like a receiver. He's got a body like an offensive lineman and hand.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinnen Williams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back to receive it, Deontay Thompson. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over first and 10. The Jets work their way onto the field led by the number 3 overall pick in 2018. Sam Darnold, and during the offseason, Darnold was asked where he was looking to improve. He told everybody being more comfortable in the pocket. You look back to the numbers from his rookie campaign, 17 touchdowns and 13 starts. So just imagine what a relaxed and more experienced Darnold might be able to accomplish with a stronger set of receivers now here in 2019. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Darnold. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
Mark 52. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
52. Mike, watch Mike, watch Mike. Hey, let's get this.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Right there.
And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come to another one? That's a difficult task.
As they stop him at the 19.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On fourth down, the Jets turning to Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. New York set to take the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Check 99.
Elijah Mcguire with it, the third-year man from Louisiana. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Torrey McTyer there on the tackle. Time to roll through the starters now defensively for Miami. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
I'm coming after you.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down.
Check 13. Check 13.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Darnold completes it to Mcguire out of the backfield. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, look now at our starting defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. To throw on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
That's where you belong.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Darnold now to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Now it's Darnold. And Tate's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Check, 52's the mic. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 1st down, Darnold. This is taken in by Chad Williams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. That'll make it 1st and 15.
Go,
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Darnold from the gun. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Darnold now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense. Darnold goes draw play to Mcguire. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
They run on 2nd down with Mcguire. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. He's got a man. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. That's our ball. Our ball.
Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going.
On 1st down, here's Mcguire. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Boom! I see you, boy. I see you.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Catanzero's kick is right through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Get ready.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, we've got a good AFC battle in Baltimore. The Super Bowl champs, New England, in town to take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November. Drake will start the drive on the ground. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey. 4 down.
On the toss play, this is Drake. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. For 3 to this point, they could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now look at Quincy Enunwa and the rest of the offense heading back out. Second quarter here. He has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Darnold now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent.
Haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down, Drake trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. Throwing on second down, Fitzpatrick, complete. This is Albert Wilson. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll run with Drake. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. 39 yards there, a big one.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Fitzpatrick on target to Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Throwing again on second down. Fitzpatrick, he's got Allen, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Fitzpatrick to throw it, and he hits Drake.
Let's get it.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. This will be caught at about the 6. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's Fitzpatrick to the end zone, but it's incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Sanders' kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now look at Quincy Enunwa and the rest of the offense heading back out. He's been pretty quiet here in the second quarter. They've got the lead. That's the good news. But you think they get him more involved going forward?
I think that they do, and that's what they always want to do because he's such a priority and he's such a big-time playmaker. But sometimes defenses take that away, and they've been able to find another way to get it done themselves.
Yeah, they absolutely have. They're winning, and look at the scoreboard right now. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on second and 10. Darnold, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack. On third down, more. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here comes Grant on the return.
Holding, receiving team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They go play action here on first down. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker, complete. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started in upstate New York. Washington making the trek north to take on Buffalo. And it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. LaShawn McCoy, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Colts as that one's gone to halftime. A touchdown run for James Conner. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Mitchell Trubisky has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it was Sam Darnold who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 7, Darnold. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Watch the backfield.
Anunwa's got it, complete. Oh, what a juke into space. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Watch Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Darnold going to give this to Mcguire. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
To throw is Darnold. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. They'll run on first down. Montgomery. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. On second down and 4, Darnold. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And on third and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Darnold. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Catanzaro's kick is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On second and 9, Fitzpatrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he finds Stills, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a draw play with Drake. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On second and 11 now. Fitzpatrick throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
4 down, 4 down.
Now Fitzpatrick. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Darnold from the gun. Herndon's got it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. On 1st down, Moore. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Back.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. We got to get the ball. See, get the ball. Let's go.
Here's Darnold. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun, the running back, Mcguire. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Right there. All day, baby.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Mcguire. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Darnold now to throw. And it's caught by Herndon. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Montgomery And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Go, go, go.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold, he completes it to Tate. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Back to throw, Darnold. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And Catanzero's kick is right through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Fitzpatrick. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All day, baby.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now it's Darnold, caught by his tight end Wesco. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Darnold. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Returnable for Grant. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before you can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, this possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Switch.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down.
Here we go.
So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Fitzpatrick to throw for it on fourth down. Try to lay one up deep. And this will be caught at the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football.
First down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Allen's got it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go, fellas.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Fifty-eight, it's Mike. Let's go. Out.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd
That's
down.
what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. 53 is the mic. Watch the backer.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
44's the mic. 44's the mic.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. This is caught. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is down to 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. He's got Herndon, his tight end, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Let's go, let's go!
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, more, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. That one's complete to Tomlinson.
Oh, yeah!
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
A 3rd down run with Mcguire. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taking it about the 16. 44-yard punt, return of 9. Fitzpatrick set to lead this offense. Down by 2, just over a minute 40 to play. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. But it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he hits Drake. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Brandon Copeland in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's got it, the tight end Allen.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Back to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Okay, let's go Jets. Let's go, boys. So we get ourselves our 3rd win of the season, and against division rival to even make it that much sweeter. I am happy to end this on a good note. And we actually had some pretty good performances by quite a few different players. That leads to quite a few upgrades. So Quentin Williams being one of those, which is perfect for us. Let me see. Block shedding's cool. Okay, so we're pretty much, we might as well just keep it scheme fit for now. But he has a nice balance of both, just depending on if we end up moving him back to the middle or if we keep him as like a pass rushing in. And we get +2, so that worked out pretty well for us. Trenton Cannon finally getting himself an upgrade. +2 looseness, some spin move, Wesco there. Let's just continue with blocking for you. Blake Cashman, and we do got an injury that we need to take a look at with CJ Mosley that could be potentially pretty bad for us. Alright, so let's take a look at the game stats before we move on. And we played ourselves. We've actually had 2 back-to-back pretty decent games, all things considered. The Jaguars game, only 3 points, so it's, not amazing, but we've had some decent passing performances compared to what we're used to. 247 on the night for Darnold. Taking a look at the running game, nice spread, nice little mixture there. Nobody really super effective. Chad Williams, though, 72 yards, 7 carries. Auden Tate, 65 yards. He gets 5 receptions. Chris Herndon continuing to kind of fill that security blanket role, and then not much else from anyone else. Brandon Shell letting up 1 sack. Poole, Cashman, and Adams leading the way in the tackle department. Cashman getting back there twice. Couple of other players. More splash plays by Quentin Williams, 2 sacks. Leonard Williams gets himself 1. Brandon Copeland's able to get himself a late one as well. So a lot of people stepped up in this performance for us. It's nice to see that we're able to take advantage of this game. Very, very conservative game by Ryan Fitzpatrick and them. So we'll see if that's been a trend for them or not. But okay, no X Factor possibilities or anything like that. Let's quickly take a look at some news. It's been a while. See what's been going on with some of these draft prospects for us. Growing up in the gridiron. Okay, so that's Landon Spencer there. That's been there since week 3. Shatter a record like Jacoby Bonham did this week, and you're moving up fast in my mock. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on Jacoby Bonham. I wonder what position he plays. Whether it's an injury or something else, Deion Sherman isn't performing up to his standards. And then with Marquan McClendon on the opposing sideline, Paris Ballard found another year to lead Illinois to victory this weekend. So sounds like the running backs have been having a fair amount of success. With that said, thank you guys for watching. I'm looking forward to dropping another episode tomorrow, and then hopefully Tuesday as well. If not, then Wednesday we'll definitely be back at it. But with that said, peace.